and its industrial capital Tumen, which once again plays host to one of the most important events in the International Judo Federation World Tour, the Grand Slam. Offering 500 valuable ranking points towards Olympic qualification for the winner of each category, this event is one which all judoka want to win. A regular destination for judo, the Tumen Athletic Centre was once again packed to the rafters, with fans eagerly awaiting top-class action. This event is the last stop for the World Tour before it heads to Kazakhstan and Astana for the World Championships next month. As such, the draw in Tumen saw all eyes on several fighters who will definitely be on the hunt for Astana gold. All here looking to build momentum as well as the help with seeding that a ranking boost would offer. But it was the domestic names on show which had the crowd fired up, whilst the Japanese were looking beyond the World Championships by sending their up-and-comers and returning superstars here for a valuable performance test. Who would be left standing proud on the Tumen tatami? And we start with one of those Japanese fighters in the men's under 60 kilogram category. World number 24, Kido. He was seizing his opportunity to impress with both hands, and after a pin saw him past Russia's Kulikov. He was then able to show off his throwing skills to finish Kazakh Talmanov and book his place in the final. There he would be facing off against Mackenzie of Great Britain, who would be contesting his first Grand Slam final. The Brit had definitely looked dangerous throughout the day. Would he emerge with the first gold, or would Kido stamp his authority? Japanese fans just loving this. Great support. This man here got the sleeve now. Mackenzie got to get out of there. It's going to be a Yuko. Ochigari off the grip. Had the sleeve, and then Ochi drives off the back leg. Good score there from Kido. Now it's up to Mackenzie to pull it back. British coach there shouting for him to go forwards. Now Kido. Transition. Has he got the shimmy waza? He's got it! Yes, he has! He gets the submission. Mackenzie left his neck up. He wasn't in defence then, and he paid the price. Because Kido was straight in, round the neck, gets the leverage on the leg, just falls back into it, and in the end, Mackenzie has to submit. A silver medal for Mackenzie, and that's the best he's ever done. And Kido of Japan, not going to the World Championships, but sent here to impress, and impress he has done.
That shimmy waza
is one that I'm skilled at because I practice it every day. I know how my opponent will react, and I can predict their movement and finish the strangle.
Up one weight at under 66 kilograms, it was home favourite Shamalov who had the crowd on the edge of their seats. He was a man possessed throughout the eliminations and came up with an awe-inspiring display of hard-hitting, dynamic judo to blast through his elimination contests. Throwing with Sodusura Komigoshi to great effect, a gold for Shamalov looked to be likely. But Yesimbetov of Kazakhstan had come to crash the party, and did so with a well-timed counter-attack to end Shamalov's dreams of gold on home soil. It would be him contesting the final in Tumen. Japan's Takajo was the man on form on the other side of the draw. Like Kido, he too was eager to show off his skills, and do that he did with some great judo en route to the final. There he was able to overcome Yesimbetov with a drop shoulder throw on the edge of the contest area, which scored a Wazari. Victory for Takajo and Japan. At under 73 kilograms, there was even more cause for smiles in the home crowd, as this time a Russian athlete did make the final. His name was Kershev. Foot sweeps, or ashiwaza, were his main weapon, and he used them with maximum efficiency to see off Germany's Volk, and then his compatriot, Mugushka. Shane of France would be his opponent in the final. This time, it would be a sacrifice throw for Khrushchev, Tomonagi, which would land Shane on his side for a decisive Yuko to ignite the crowd as Khrushchev was left standing victorious. A great moment for him as he became a hero on home soil. And at one weight at under 81 kilograms, Vorobyev was looking to follow in the footsteps of Khrushchev by taking gold and becoming a hero himself. After seeing off Austria's Ott in his opening contest with an Osotogari for Wazari, which landed him on top in a pin, the Russian would find himself up against the tough German Maresh in the quarterfinals. Maresh looking for the opportunity for his Sinagi. Oh, it's gone Sodi! Oh, great score there. Yuko for him. Had the sleeve, right the way underneath him, and now Vorobyev has to come back. Vorobyev coming forwards, concentrating hard on the Kumakata, which is so important. Kosoto! Oh, what a Kosoto! Off the grip that was. Got the sleeve, and he just climbed on top of Maresh. Drives him onto his back. Beautiful Kosoto. What a Kosoto gap that was. Vorobyev still up for gold. Vorobyev then sailed past his teammate Lapinagov to book his place in the final. There his opponent would be world silver medalist and world number 2, Valois Fortier of Canada. His prowess on the international judo scene is well established, and he came up with some great action on his way to the semi-final, where he saw off Vorobyev's teammate Magomedov to progress to the final. In a tight contest, there was hardly anything to split the pair. But as the bout entered its final moments, it was Vorobyev ahead on a single penalty. Would he be able to hold on? Vorobyev just holding on to this Shido, and Valois Fortier coming forwards. He was so close there, and it's gone. Valois Fortier has lost it. Vorobyev has another goal for Russia, and that was a great performance. It was such a close match, but Vorobyev just did enough, and he is the hero.
50% своего результата я обязан своей
Before every fight, I was nervous and was full of doubt.
Когда выходил на схватки, были какие-то волнения, сомнения. Как только заходил в зал, чувствовал вот эту энергетику, поддержку, все, у меня сразу все проходило.
In the women's under 63 kilogram category, the clear favourite was former world champion and world number 1 Gerbi of Israel. After using a fantastic Osotogari to defeat Sweden's Hermansson in her opening contest, she was then caught napping by Schlesinger of Great Britain, falling behind by a Yuko, which she was ultimately unable to make up. Disappointment for Gerbi. But she would have an opportunity for redemption when she took on Italy's Gwend in the bronze medal matchup. So Gerbi looking to put things right here, especially going into the World Championships. Got the sleeve now. Hand over the top. Osotogari and a Yuko directly into the hold down. Kesugatami. Offside Komi. Can she hold her? Got to hold it for 20 seconds. Seconds ticking away. Is that going to be out? Wendy's out. Yuko. Another Yuko scored, this time for the hold down. Osotogari starts it off. Directly into the hold down. And a second Yuko. Now, Gwen has got to hold off into the last minute. And Gerbi looking for the big one! Kigoshi it is. Brilliant stuff. The hips went across and she changed the flank this time. And that was brilliant there from the former world champion. It was amazing stuff. She came here for gold, but she has to be content with bronze. Sendayush and Sidev Soren would compete in an all-Mongolian final, from which Sadev Seren would emerge with the gold, courtesy of penalty points. The result moved her up to inside the top 8, heading into Astana. Down one way to under 57 kilograms, there was another fresh Japanese face on show in the form of Yoshida. Competing in only her second senior IJF event, the youngster did not fail to impress, using fast and accurate throwing power to glide past her elimination opponents with ease. At just 19 years of age, Yoshida is definitely one to watch. Her opponent in the final was Romania's Caprioriu, who celebrated her 29th birthday in style by making yet another World Tour final with some typically powerful judo. However, in the final, it would be youth that would prevail, as Yoshida's guile proved too much for Caprioriu. A clever ashiwaza for Wazari, enough to see the young Japanese take a first Grand Slam gold. Look out for Yoshida in the future. Emerging victorious at under 52 kilograms was world number 14, Ramos of Portugal. In the final, she took on China's world number 8, Ma, and upset the odds with a driving Harai Makikomi to score Wazari. A wonderful result for an ecstatic Ramos, and one which saw her jump up to world number 9. At under 48 kilograms, it was Spain celebrating a Grand Slam gold as Figueroa came through the pack to top the podium. In the final, she capitalized on a mistake from Russia's Rumyatseva and secured a hold from which the Russian had no escape. It would be the Spaniard's first World Tour gold and would take her to number 6 in the rankings. But the highlight for the crowd came in the bronze medal match, when Dolgova produced a sublime piece of ashiwaza and golden score to defeat Romania's Ungreanu. Fantastic stuff from Dolgova. The under 90 kilogram category saw the entry of Japan's number 1, Baker. Looking to get a run-up heading into Astana, he first took on Russia's Suleiman. Baker breaks the mold of Japanese fighters as he sports an unorthodox style which leaves his opponents perplexed. Suleiman could not find an answer to him and was eventually pinned for the full ippon as Baker progressed. With 2 Grand Slam golds already under his belt, he was looking good for a third in Tumen. Hildebrand of Germany was next in his way, and once again Baker's unorthodox style of attack proved unstoppable. Merging awkwardness with technical precision is working extremely well for Baker. He was into the final. There his opponent was home favourite Magomedov. With a minute and a half gone, Baker hooked in for Ojigari. Once again, the technique and direction of the attack were key as he scored a yuko. After that, there was no breaking his formidable defence as he became a 3-time Grand Slam winner. How will he get on in Astana next month? In the heaviest weight of over 100 kilograms, Japan had another emerging talent on show. Harasawa, like his teammates, was on great form and relished the opportunity to show off his skills on the international stage. After disposing of Germany's Heinle, he then turned defence into attack to finish off Poland's Sanaki in the semi-finals. Russia's Kambiev would be the man standing between Harasawa and gold. He too looked unstoppable. Uchimata his weapon of choice against Austria's Allersdorfer, which he followed with an Osoda Gari to dispatch giant Romanian Natia. He then displayed his versatility by pinning his compatriot Bostonov to set up a showdown with Harasawa in the final. Which of the two would leave Tumen with gold? Both of these fighters on great form. I think somebody is going to go for ippon here. I really do. Kambiev has been throwing and holding down all the way through the day. And Harasawa has surprised everybody as well with his technical ability. And here they are. Who's it going to be? Harasawa in white. Kambiev left, so it's opposite stance. Harasawa dominating the sleeve. His head is down, he can't keep his head down. He's got to he's going to tip him. Yes, he tips him over, gets a yuko. So that was a nice tip there from Harasawa. You don't very often see that from the Japanese. They're looking for the big one, but nice technique from him, and he's a yuko up. Great Japanese support here in this crowd. Kambiev now got to try and pull it back. Tayatoshi one-handed this time from Harasawa. Oh! There was nothing one-handed about that Uchimata there. He took the sleeve and he went right the way up the middle. Look at this, on the edge, and he gets elevation, gets lift, and his support leg was about as central as it needed to be against the much bigger Kambiev and much taller, but he went right the way up the middle there for a beautiful Uchimata, and what a way to end this match. And once again, the Japanese really impressing here in Tumen. The final of the under 100 kilo category would be contested between Patrick of Sweden and Borodavko of Latvia. Borodavko saw off Uzbekistan's Kurbanov with Harai Makikomi in his opening bout. He then surprised Germany's world number 4 Prix. After taking him down with a fast Ouchigari attack, he was onto the net in one movement, applying a strangulation technique until Prix was forced to submit. He then turned the tables on Algeria's Boyakub, pinning him to make it through to the final. It was clear just how much it meant to him. There, however, it would be Patrick who shone on the grand stage. An Ouchigari attack scoring him a yuko to disappoint Borodavko and leave Patrick celebrating a first Grand Slam gold. It was the first time too for a Swedish athlete, as judo fans got to hear their anthem for the first time. But it was the bronze medal matchup between Belgium's Nikiforov and Boyakub of Algeria which saw the real fireworks. Boyakub got to come forwards, he's a Shido down. Almost a minute gone. Now what's going to happen? Oh, that's what's going to happen! Drop Sianagi! And it went off the grip as soon as he had two hands on. Nikiforov dropped underneath. Boyakub could do nothing about it. Got a little bit of movement first, then went straight the way underneath and right the way between the legs. Look at the drive off the legs as well. How well controlled was that? What a brilliant ippon from the Belgian. Sets it up, goes between the legs, and he drives him and scores off the mat. It didn't matter, it started in. And Nikiforov gets the bronze. Topping the podium at over 78 kilograms was China's Ma. Her yuko against Japan's Inamori was enough to give her the gold and move her up to number 5 in the world rankings. At under 78 kilograms, Japan's Sato was on great form. An Ouchigari into a pin against Russia's Shmeliva, followed by a classy Tayatoshi with the same end result against Powell of Great Britain. Sato through to the final. There she finally met her match in the form of Steenhuis from the Netherlands, for whom a higher attack rate was enough to win gold. And with 2 Grand Slam golds now to her name, Steenhuis could very well be in contention for a medal in Astana. But once again, the best action came when Mountain Son of Germany took on Powell in the bronze medal contest. So one each, These two met twice before, one each. Oh, it's all over! And now it's 2-1 Malsan. Malsan got the hits right the way across there. Ogoshi, or was it Ukigoshi, and takes Powell over for Ippon. First attack, has the sleeve, hips go across, and what a brilliant performance there from Malsan. They were both looking for the same technique, but Malsan was there first. One of the under 70 kilogram categories in form fighters is Israel's Boulder. Her first Grand Prix gold of the year came in Samsa when she defeated triple and reigning world champion Alvia. She then struck gold again in Zagreb after defeating Great Britain's Conway. Having had disappointing performances in her last two outings, Boulder was back with a bang in Tumen, looking to build momentum heading into the World Championships. A quick piece of transition to secure a Jujigatami against Korea's Kim, the highlight of her route to the final. Boulder would once again be competing for a World Tour gold medal. Her opponent there would be an old nemesis, Japan's Tachimoto. The former Japanese #1 hasn't topped a World Tour podium since 2012, but looked to have new wind in her sails here in Tumen. Her judo got better and better throughout the day. After beating Canada's Supanzik with Osotogari, she faced off against Germany's up-and-coming Dietrich and produced a fabulous Ashiguruma for Ippon to show she was truly back to her best. How would Takemoto get on against Boulder in the final? Well, both these ladies on good form today. Takemoto coming back to the very best form. 2-2 on their head-to-heads, these two. Takemoto, Shido down. And, well, Boulder attacking there on the edge with Ogoshi. Takemoto, is she about to get a second penalty? She does. Gets a second penalty. She's got to come forwards now. Can't afford to be passive. Just a little bit off the pace. And Boulder doing everything right. Now she's got her grip, Takemoto. Got the sleeve as well. Now what's going to happen? Oh! Brilliant Uchimata. And well, the support leg wasn't quite central, but it didn't make any difference. She had such a strong grip. Went for the Taitoshi first of all, got the opening, and then disappeared right the way up the middle. Brilliant stuff there from Takemoto, and she is back to the best form that I've seen her in. Look at that, support leg just on the outside. It didn't make any difference because the Kumakata and the determination on her face is fantastic to see. Takemoto back to her best.
Actually, I didn't plan to attack them, but my body moved for me. I was surprised by the result, but I'm very happy.
So, once again, it's goodbye from Tumen after yet another spectacular Grand Slam from this wonderful city. Next, our sights turn to Astana for judo's main event, the World Championships. Once again, dreams will be made and broken as we crown 14 world champions. Which of those who won glory in Chelyabinsk last year will defend their crowns? Join us in 1 month's time to find out and watch history be written.